Hey everybody, welcome to the daily update for Tuesday, December 30th, right? 2025, second to the last trading day of the year. The market's just closing up right now. I started a little early. I cheated because it's a boring grass watching day. So I'll read something here. This is from the Trader's Almanac. This is for Wednesday, the 31st, tomorrow. The last trading day of the year, the NASDAQ has been down 19 of the last 25 sessions. However, the NASDAQ was up 29 years in a row on the 31st from 1971 to 1999. Does that help you trading tomorrow? Probably not, but I think it's a fun fact. All right, let's move over here. Today was a very, very, very mind-numbingly boring day today. Just kind of a continuation of what we had yesterday, this sideways action on the Qs and on the SPX. And, you know, I said that I wanted a couple quiet days, and that's what we got here. And so if you look at the SPX, it really is set up perfectly, right? We had this run up last week and the last trading day of the week before. We ran up like this with this little pullback here, this lilting pullback, very tight 2-bar pattern, right at all-time highs. We're above the 8. We had a little bit lower volume today on the pullback. We have the Qs, which again is this very tight 2-bar pattern here, right off the 8. And we have a series of higher lows right below this trend line. So if you at first glance look at the market, you go, we're ready. We're ready to kick in the back half of that Santa Claus rally, which would be tomorrow, Friday, and Monday because the market's closed on Thursday. But if you look under the hood, I don't know if things look as great as they do on the surface. First of all, we have IWM, which looks like it's starting to roll over, which is not good. And a lot of names out there, a lot of names are either rolling over or in a downtrend. So the question is, are those names kind of giving us the heads up as to where the market is going to go, the indexes are going to go? What's interesting is there's 4 new names on the daily setups list today. All 4 of those names have already had corrections. Okay, so they already ahead of time, like in this period here, started correcting and now look like they're firming up, which is a little tough because it contradicts the overall market. So it's going to be really interesting to see where we go in the next 3 days or so. You can't count out the market shenanigans at the end of the year, just, you know, institutions and individuals doing stuff. But anyway, let's take a look. Whenever there's a little ambiguity in the indexes, what I like to do is go through the macros. You know, we will go through, or I call the macros. You know, this is the list of things we go through: the VIX, TLT, Dixie. We look at crypto. We go through all the key ETFs, right? We look at metals. We even look at pot and see if that can give us a little clarity. You know, if the markets are just kind of ambiguous at this point, are we getting a little hints from the macros as to where we might go? And then we'll look at the new additions and go from there. All right, so the VIX